welcome you to our World Championship pay-per-view action. I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. This, the site of our championship fight. 12 rounds in the middleweight division between these two great warriors. Carlson's coming down to the ring, and you can tell with that zip in his step that he plans on this one being a spectacular evening for him. James lights out Toney. He's got his eye on the prize. Look at that focus and determination during his ring walk.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Magic Man Carlson. His adversary, fighting out of the red corner, James Toney.
Okay, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Let's have a good, clean fight, touch gloves, and let's come out.
The opening bell of this scheduled 12-rounder here. A much-anticipated fight. Round one underway. Teddy, early on in a fight like this, speed fighter against a fighter with high stamina, what are some things you may notice? Oh, Carlson stunned, and he is hurt.
Come on now, work it out.
Able to dismiss that body shot. Able to show you his blocking ability. Able to dismiss it. Teddy, do you think the sport needs a national or international governing body?
Yeah, it's the only major sport, at least it used to be a major sport, that doesn't have that. And there's no unilateral control. And when there's no unilateral control across the board, well, you have too many spots that are weak for the sport, spots that do not serve the sport.
Teddy, what does he need to do right here? He has no balance. His legs aren't underneath him.
Well, you know he can't move because he's going to fall on his own, or the referee's going to stop it. So believe it or not, he's either got to grab or he's got to stand on the rope, stay right in front of the guy, and move his head to make a miss. He can't use his legs.
Teddy, he may go down just by stumbling the way he's bumbling around this ring.
Well, he's got to stop moving. Actually, you never want to fight on the ropes. This is one time he probably needs to be on the ropes just to steady him and then move his head a little bit. That might be his only shot.
Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. Carlson's attitude in that last round really paid off. You saw he was the much busier fighter. Here we go. Round two is underway. Carlson's got to prove to everybody right now that he's in good shape. Remember, he was stunned in that last round.
Well, what he's got to prove to is the referee, first of all. The referee's taking a close look at him right now. So if he doesn't throw back and he doesn't have his legs under him, his night's going to be over.
Turns over the hook after turning away his opponent's shot. And another right hand comes in. There's another left hand from him. Comes right back with a shot of his own. Nice block. James Toney's showing that he's got some defense of his own. He got away from that punch. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. Well, he took one right there, but then he targeted one right back. Way to block there. James Toney's tagged by another hook. You know, I wonder if he's taking his man lightly because he is up on the scorecards, but you can see that he is being pressured and pushed.
You know, he's in there with a real solid guy. I don't think he's taking him lightly. It's just that he's in.
Oh, Carlson stunned and staggered. Doubling up the jab by Magic Man. Coming to the end of this round. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, a round like that where it's a lot of busy activity and both guys being busy. When you were a trainer, are those the kind of rounds that you prefer, or do you like the pace to be a little slower? It does depend on each guy.
No, if I have a fight, I'd rather have a guy fighting a guy that you never see him. Leave me the heck alone. And where I'm in control all the time. But the fans love to see a fight like that.
Wow! Carlson's gone down. Let's see how he recovers from this. He gets up after that punch put him down on the canvas.
Now he needs to get on that bicycle and stay away from this guy.
Carlson's cut is really not a good sign. Great movement to get away from those punches. Carlson's dreams and aspirations are now intersecting with reality. This is his first chance at a world title. Coming to the halfway point of this third round. James lights out Toney's jammed by an uppercut. Good job protecting himself. Keeping his hands up, getting way of his opponent's effort. Last 10 seconds of round number 3.
You need to keep the head moving.
End of the round. So he scores the knockdown and now heads back to his corner. Teddy, do you ever have to calm a guy down after he scored a knockdown?
That's a really great point, because a lot of times that can be the turning point, but not for your guy that scored the knockdown, for the other guy. Because sometimes when you score a knockdown, you start to think it's going to be an easy night. And you forget what you knew when you came in, that it wasn't going to be an easy night. You're going to have to bring all the tools out of the tool shed. And it's important to remember that.
Nice strike after catching one by James Toney. Carlson's an undefeated fighter coming into this fight. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Halfway through round number 4. Nice block by Lights Out. Good defense, just covering up down low. Final 10 seconds. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. So they close out that round. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, I know you watch very closely how these trainers go about their business. You were under the tutelage of one of the true legends of the game, the great Customato.
Yeah, I mean, I was fortunate. Quite honestly, those opportunities, situations probably don't exist anymore because we've lost a lot of those, really great trainers and managers that boxing was their whole life. I spent 7 years with Customato, and I learned the nuts and bolts from a physical, technical point of view of what's important to give to a fighter, but the psychological part. To understand the pressures that a fighter is under, the fears that a fighter deals with. And if you don't understand that, all the other things don't mean anything. Because you have to understand how a fighter is feeling to understand why he's behaving or not behaving a certain way.
You get the sense that we have a fight in front of us that's going to be fought this way, right to the bitter end, go the full distance, and be one of those fights that's greatly debated over.
Well, you hope they get it the right way, but it's very important that they don't act like fans. They being judges, when they're not just watching leather be thrown from all angles, they're watching real closely to see who's landing the punches, who's landing the most clean, effective blows.
He took a shot, but he came back with a right hand of his own.
Let's see some more head movement. Let's see some more head movement. Get out of the way.
Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Carlson staying away from trouble. He's out there on the outside. And as this round comes to an end, Teddy, you just get the sense that at any point this fight could come to an end because it is being fought with bad intentions.
Yes, these guys are not behaving like guys that are coming here thinking about going to the scorecards. They're letting everything go in every punch.
Nice combination by Magic Man. Carlson's doing a really nice job here. I mean, putting his punches together. This is what you're supposed to look like as an offensive fighter.
Yes, it is, especially when you have a guy in front of you putting the earmuffs on. You cover up the way that his opponent is. You're supposed to put them together. One or two are going to be blocked. But when you put them together like that, they're going to get through.
Toney with a nice counter punch. This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action nonstop.
Well, Joe, when special events have happened in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is. It is unbelievable to sit back and just watch what these guys are willing to give and to take. Wow, what a fight so far.
Well, give and take, that's the key word. Sometimes you're forced to become great. And right now, each one of them are forcing the other to go to great places.
Carlson's cornermen have a lot of work ahead of them with that cut.
Smart, man.
And with the start of this round, the halfway point of this fight.
Hands up.
another right hand comes in. Carlson's making for a trainer's dream right now. Picking his shots, Teddy. Selecting when, where, and being very accurate.
Yeah, the old timers would say he's a real sharpshooter. That's exactly what he's doing. He's not missing much.
Halfway through the 7th round. Oh, good exchange there. James Toney's gone into a defensive shell, but that shell has cracks in it.
Yeah, it does, and the reason why it's getting cracked is because his opponent is confident that with those earmuffs on, you know, going into that peekaboo defense that he is, he knows he's handcuffed. So he's putting together 3, 4, 5 punches where normally he would only throw 1 or 2, worried something's going to come back.
And he pulls the trigger again. What a good war this has been. What a good, solid fight it's been. The kind of fight that tells me somebody wants to get rid of the other guy.
It almost looks like they made a deal where neither one could win by decision, where if they didn't win by knockout, it doesn't count.
Lead him to the punch.
James Toney's doing half of his opponent's job for him. He's a sitting target. This is like being in the gym for his opponent right now.
Yeah, he's just standing straight up, making himself much too available.
Carlson's doing really well on the outside. Blocks the headshot. Now he's backing his man up against the ropes. James Toney's got a cut. It looks like it's below the eye, on the cheek, but it's something that needs to be monitored. Good block by Magic Man. Carlson's in position right now to really bring home a good victory. He's up on the punch stats. He's up on your scorecard. This is his fight.
Yeah, we just hope that the judges, and you never know that. That's one thing that sometimes can really disappoint you in this business. You hope the judges see it that way because I can't see it any other way.
Round 8 comes to an end. Carlson's really going to have to rely on his cornermen now doing a very good job considering the swelling that we saw developing in that last round.
You have to jump on it early, Joe, because once you let it start getting ahead of you, you have a problem. So that end swell, that metal piece that you keep in the ice, you have to put that right directly on the swelling and start to keep it down.
Able to cover up along the belt line, blocks that one. Able to defend and then go on the offensive. He has walked through bullets, bazookas, and bombs, and he's still standing in there tonight, Teddy.
Yeah, this is a testament not just to the physical makeup. I know a lot of people at home are going to say, wow, what kind of bone does he have inside that chin? But it's his mind, too. He's making a choice, just like you do in life and other things. He's making a choice to deal with this. A lot of guys would have given in already.
90 seconds into the 9th round. Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't.
Wow! Carlson's in a bad place right now. He was tagged.
No holding.
Final 10 seconds. Carlson's cut is now much more pronounced, and if you're sitting in that opposite corner looking over, boy, that is a very inviting target you got your eyes on.
Yeah, it is, and of course, that's what you think right away is you send out the guy, and a lot of the fans think that you send the guy out aiming for that cut, but I wouldn't do that because then you start putting your fighter into a position where he's aiming for punches on one side that maybe you shouldn't be doing. Just fight your fight. Use your jab, set up your punches. Don't start throwing single shots, haymakers, just to try to find that cut.
Just focus on the fight.
And now they start round number 10. Carlson's got to prove to everybody right now that he's in good shape. Remember, he was stunned in that last round.
But what he's got to prove to is the referee, first of all. The referee's taking a close look at him right now, so if he doesn't throw back and he doesn't have his legs under him, his night's going to be over.
Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. Way to block there. Carlson's just being very hesitant right now offensively. His first thought since being stunned in this fight is protect myself, protect myself. It's like he's turned the off switch on his offense.
Yeah, but you can't do that. The lights go off, it gets all dark there. You have to find a way to still have that light on. You know, find the window of opportunity somewhere. They are out there. Be creative.
Halfway through what is one of the best rounds you'll ever see. Just great action.
No, it's unbelievable. I mean, if you love roller coasters, you go to an amusement park. If you want to see left hooks, right hands, every direction, great chins, great endurance, great heart, you come to this fight. You stay right here.
This has been a hotly contested war throughout, and you just have a sense that it's going to end at any moment in these later rounds.
Yeah, these guys are not saving anything. They're going for broke right from the beginning.
His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. A little defense turns to offense by Magic Man. Return to sender. He gives him back one of his own. Good looking counter punch. able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Nice block. Carlson's doing an extraordinary job of never giving his opponent the chance to get back in this fight. Just like we saw in that last round there, he's way up on your scorecard.
Yeah, I have way up, and more importantly, you touched on it. It's the kind of fight he wants. You know, it's in his element. It's sort of in his pool, so to speak, his waters. You know, it's an outside fight. It's a jabbing fight. Everything he likes.
A well-placed, gutsy uppercut after being tagged. Toney's now in a spot that many fighters have faced numerous times, and that is, how do you deal with seeing your own blood and knowing that you have incurred some serious damage? Look at that cut around the eye.
No, for a fighter to be able to move to the top, he's got to be tested in a lot of areas. Sometimes the test comes when he's hurt. He's hit on the chin. He's dropped for the first time. Sometimes the test comes when you drop the other guy and he gets up and he comes at you. And sometimes the test comes in the form of a cut. When you see your first blood, when you see it, that it's your blood, how do you behave? We're going to find out right now.
Well-placed counter punch by Magic Man. Frustrating his opponent with great defense. And we send it up to the ring at the end of this fight to hear what the judges had to say.
Tonight, the judges have reached a unanimous decision. Your winner and new champion of the world, Magic Man Carlson.
Carlson's won himself his first world title. What a scene here. Good for him. For my partner, Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore saying thanks for being with us.